The winds of change keep blowing through Stockton. I'm Mike Benton for Thunder Vision, and just one day after the Thunder signed forward Brett Hemingway as a free agent, they kept wheeling and dealing to address a 5-11-3 start to the regular season. New to the roster, forward Matt Robinson. He was signed today as a free agent. Additionally, defenseman Justin Dacosta comes in a trade from Utah for future considerations, and also defenseman Anthony Aiello as well in a trade with Florida, also for future considerations. The man who made all this happen is Thunder head coach Matt Thomas, and yes, folks, there'll be an exam on this. Scantron and number 2 pencil are required. Matt, when you take a look at this whole roster overhaul, how does it make this team better in the last 24 hours?
Well, I thought we had a good team. Obviously, we were a team that wasn't succeeding, so I think more than anything, it changes our team, and it gives us. In Brett Hemingway, we've already addressed that right shot up front that we think we need for our power play. Kelly Chewy coming back in the lineup gives us a little bit more of an element with those right shots up front. Matt Robinson is another big, fast, good hands, a guy who scored 20 goals in the league before, and a guy who's been known to be a solid point producer, and hopefully his addition will kind of round out the forwards up there and give us a little bit of a different look in our chemistry with our lines. On the back end, with some injuries and some call-ups, we really needed to address some puck-moving defenseman needs and some guys that, were a little bit more guys that can generate some offense from the blue line. And I think Dacosta is certainly that type of player. Watching him today in practice, he's he skates well, he moves the puck well, he's got a good shot. He's going to be a guy that's going to help our power play units out. I think he's a guy that more than anything is just going to be a complement to the type of forwards that we do have. Anthony Aiello is yet to arrive, but a solid two-way defenseman, not so much on the offensive side of the puck in terms of putting up numbers, but a good first pass, a guy who's going to be able to skate the puck out of the zone, move pucks to our forwards, and more importantly, keep pucks out of our net. And I think those guys right there just round out are the areas that we felt we needed to improve, and hopefully those guys really can spark that change that we're looking for right now.
You have McCauley and also Brian Young up in the AHL. Ryan Constant missed last Saturday's game due to injury. So from the outset, what does this mean for playing time for your 2 newest D-men?
Well, they're going to go in and play right away, and even guys that are maybe healthy, we'll have to address constantly. It's getting better and better every day, so it will be a game time decision probably on Friday. But there's guys that are here that haven't been getting the job done that aren't going to play, and it's as simple as that. Not that the new guys deserve to play over them, but I want to see what they can do, and hopefully the change can happen. So for Friday night, there's the plan is to get all 4 of those guys in, barring anything unforeseen happening, and all of them getting into town and being able to practice with us. But I think more importantly, we've got a team that I feel is capable of winning every night. We just need to find a way to start playing up to our potential, and I think these guys will, for one, help maybe scare a little bit of life into our team, knowing that jobs are on the line, and you never really want them to play that way, but it's the reality of the situation. And second, I think it's going to just give us a different look up front, and like I said, addressing some of the right shots and some of the power play needs.
You've added a guy in Hemingway who can also finish, a guy also in Robinson who has an element of speed. Have you already begun to contemplate all the possibilities of your line combinations?
I've had the chemistry set out for the last couple of days of throwing it around. And again, I think more than anything with the guys we had, I've tweaked a few things on our lines with those guys. I think there's a lot of potential combinations. I also like some of the chemistry that we've worked with the pairs, and I usually like to put my lines in pairs and have like an Oren and JF together. I think they've been pretty good at dishing that puck. Obviously, they haven't had a ton of results. I got Dalvies and Blackwater. I think they've got a good chemistry, and then Villette and Pitton have seemed to have been able to connect on a lot of things. And then I'll push some of those new guys in to complement those different combinations. And I think we haven't seen the end of some line movement. I'm not going to sit here and set it in stone. Obviously, we need to score goals, and until we start doing that, you might see some more combinations.